Hello, hi everybody. It's Colleen with Couture. How's everybody doing tonight? I hope you're having a great Monday. We're coming in, actually, ooh, it's a little early. A little earlier than I'm used to coming in. So if you are not catching me live and you're catching the replay, thank you, I appreciate that. And we're just gonna go ahead and get the iPad going and shared, and then we will dive into tonight's project. Okay, let's get it shared. There we go. Okay, we are done. So hello, we are going to be working tonight with the locally grown transfer. This one has such cute like farm sayings. I apologize, I know that's backwards. It's farm to table, baked fresh daily, locally grown, farm, farmer's market, farm sweet farm, fresh eggs, milk and cream, bacon, grateful, thankful, blessed, farm fresh, and simple living. There's all these adorable icons on here. So what we're going to do, it's a brand new transfer. It comes in the packaging like this. All of the instructions are on the back, which is what I'm going to go over right now. So first things first, when we have a brand new transfer, the two things that we need right off the bat are scissors and a marker so that we can label these. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and Couture has nicely put cut lines right here. So all that we need to do is cut right along the lines. And I was actually busy yesterday prepping some of these things that we're gonna chalk on today. So I figured let me show you the project from beginning to end. Some of these things I actually got from the dollar store, and I painted them yesterday. So I want to see how this is going to come out. I was kind of just fooling around a little bit, just was kind of in the painting mood, so I thought let me paint these up. So once we get these all cut, I'll show you what I came up with. It was easy. It's just literally white paint. I just use regular old white paint and a brush and just painted them. So let's get these all cut and then we'll dive right in. So these tins I actually purchased at the dollar store. And these were the ones that were, I'm going to take all these guys out. These were the ones, these I got at Hobby Lobby. These were the ones in the dollar store that said like flowers or something on them. So I literally just put 2 coats of white paint on them. So prior to chalking, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wax just a little bit. So let's go ahead and get our wax out. I just use the Min Wax. So I like to wax. This is, like I said, this is not chalkboard paint, it's regular paint, so I don't want to put my transfer on here that's going to be sticky back transfer, right? I don't want to put it directly onto the paint because I'm concerned with the transfer being sticky that it's going to peel that back. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab a paper towel. I'm going to dip a little bit into this Min Wax. It kind of looks like, can you guys see that? It's like a paste wax kind of. It's not the best smelling stuff, and I just put my fingernail right into it. So I'm just going to put a little bit of this around where I plan on chalking. So I only need to worry about right here on the front side where I'm going to chalk. So again, I'm just putting a little bit of wax, just smearing it around, buffing it in, kind of going in like a circular motion, if you will, just to kind of blend it in there. And that just kind of acts as a nice buffer between our transfer and the paint that I painted these, because you can see they're just like those metal little dollar store things. And I just thought it would look really cute if we just painted it white, because it kind of goes like, I think, a little bit more farmhousey when it's white. So I'm going to close that because this stuff does not smell the best at all. So let's give that a close while we're working. Woo! I'm going to keep that napkin there because I actually have a few more. I have little ones here, so I'm going to do the same process with that. So let's bring back in. So we've got it nice and waxed here. I can feel it. It's like got that waxy feeling to it, which is perfect. So I'm trying to decide which one. I'm going to grab a towel because I just put my finger in that. Now my fingers are all waxy. So let's keep this handy. Okay. So which one do I want to go with? I'm kind of leaning towards, Grateful, Thankful, Blessed, because I'm going to put the little pumpkins, the little buffalo plaid and white pumpkins inside this one. So I kind of am tending to lean towards that. I think that'll look super cute. I'm going to put it down the bottom, close to the bottom, because I have a ribbon that I want to put on here. So since we're going to choose this one, I'm going to slide these guys off to the side a little bit. And I want to write a be or back or grateful or something on here so I know that that's this transfer. When I peel it off, I want to make sure I'm putting it onto the right side. So let's put grateful. I can't remember how to spell grateful. Wow. Yep, it's Monday. You can tell it's Monday when I can't even think of how to spell grateful. And then I'm going to just let that dry for a hot second. And then when we peel back, I kind of like to just roll my finger. When you roll your finger on the side of it, it kind of starts pulling the transfer off for you. And you guys can see that that's the shiny side. When we are done chalking on this side, that's the side we want to return the transfer to. That's why we label it on the back, so that we know not to accidentally put it on the paper side. Okay? Now, I do want to fuzz this up pretty good because it is paint. Even though I waxed, I'm just taking that extra precaution. Let's slide this stuff over here so I don't get this in the way. Put that right there. So when I fuzz, I just put my transfer down on my fuzzing cloth, or if you just have a towel, something that's going to pick up lint. I can use my sweater if I want it to and just pick up lint from my sweater, just like that. And it's going to put some lint on the back of the sticky transfer just to make it just a little less sticky. Okay? So now that we've got it fuzzed, I'm going to go ahead, like I said, I'm going to put it down the bottom here because I want to put a ribbon on here. And hopefully the ribbon will fit. That does not feel centered. Just trying to get it centered. I'm going to keep it very simple for this. So I'm just putting it on the sticky side right on the bucket. And then I'm checking. Just check. That's not centered. Sometimes you have to hold it up and look back a little bit. So let me try that again. Okay. I think I'm good there. Okay, that looks better. So I've got it centered. I'm just running my hands all over the silk screen area so I can just make sure that I'm not feeling any bubbles at all in here on the silk screen. If I wanted to, I could take my squeegee and just run my squeegee down it just to make sure that there's no bubbles in there as well. So we have our black chalk paste, so I'm just going to use black. We want to go ahead and get that stir to that nice yogurt-like consistency, so we're going to give it a good stir. Like so. We want to just make sure that, like I said, it's almost like yogurt or like cake batter. I can't think of any other things. I'm going to just go ahead and just give just a little spritz of water in here just to make it just a little bit thinner. Okay. And then we should have it to the point where it is kind of, well, not yet. Let's add a little more. I like it to be dripping kind of off of the stir stick. Let's just do a little bit more. Remember, just to add slowly, you can always add more, but you can't take it away if you overdo. Okay, it's still a little thick, but it's not thick and chunky, if that makes sense. It's thick and smooth. So you can see it's kind of starting to drip off the spoon. That's where we want it, so we're good. And you know what I realized? I did it again, darn it. I forgot to put water into my pan. So let me just grab water real quick and throw some water into my pan. Okay. It's actually not going to take a lot of water because these transfers are super tiny. So now that we've got our water in our pan, I can just go ahead and chalk on here and then throw that right into the water. Okay, so let us just grabbing one of our mini squeegees because this will be perfect for this. And then just a little bit of chalk paste on there. Remember, any excess that we have, we can always put back in the jar. So all that I'm doing is I'm just simply covering the silk screen area. Just be careful because this is not as easy to remove if we have a boo-boo. So we just want to kind of take our time and get it on there because we are chalking right onto white paint. Okay, so I'm just going to get all that excess off of there. Just applying a little bit more pressure to get some of that excess chalk paste back off. And you can see I have a nice thin kind of coat on there. All that excess chalk paste is going to go right back into my jar. And I'm going to keep that off here to the side because I'm going to do another one. So let's just peel back. And remember, when you're peeling back your transfer, you kind of either want to do top to bottom or left to right. So I'm just kind of pulling this off to the side. And then you kind of rip it like a Band-Aid. Just straight across like that. Okay? So that is our grateful, thankful, blessed. And I'm going to take this transfer and put it in that bucket of water. And when I put it into my water, like I said, I always put it in so that the transfer is now chalk side down into the pan of water, okay? The water is going to start to help to get that chalk paste off of your transfer. I got just a little bit of black on my finger. So what we'll do is we'll dry this. You can use a hair dryer or a heat tool, doesn't matter. Okay, and then I think I still have the pop dot there. Okay, perfect, because I have my ribbon on here already to test it just to see if I would like it or not. So let's do this real quick. I'm just going to tie this again. Untie it first so that we can tie it. I just had this ribbon that I had laying around. It was excess ribbon. And I put a little sticky dot back here so that it will hold my ribbon in place. And then all that we're going to do is give it a tie. Tie it up like that. Okay. Alright, I think that we are good. Oh, it did not stick to my pop dot back here. Let's do that. Sorry, it's making a lot of noise banging it. Let me just grab another one because it doesn't seem to be sticking to that one. So let's grab another one. And these are, let me find it. It's just a roll of these little dots that are very sticky. So I kind of use those to hold my ribbon in place, especially on something like this. That's kind of doesn't want to stay in place. So let's just throw one in here. There we go. And that should hold it. And then I'm going to put one up top because I think with fooling around with it yesterday to get the ribbon just right, I must have worn out the little sticky dot. So we'll put another one in right up here at the top. And then that should hold my ribbon in place. So there we have it. There's our cute little ribbon on it with our grateful, thankful, blessed. And now we can go back in and just add our cute little pumpkins to it. And this makes an awesome little centerpiece, our little farmhouse centerpiece. So then we'll just throw some of these pumpkins around, and voila, there we go. There's our cute little centerpiece for my kitchen table. And so then what I thought too was, I think I need another pop dot up front. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab one to put it up front, just to hold it in place because it seems like it keeps wanting to fall down. Let's do one there. There we go. And one more just to be safe because I don't want my ribbon to keep falling down on me. One more right there. Perfect. Now that ribbon is not going anywhere. How adorable is that, right? So that was from the dollar store. This was from our locally grown transfer. And then a cute little buffalo plaid and white. So adorable. I love it. So like I said, I had a couple more of them, so I went ahead and painted those. They were just the metal little pans that I painted white. I have 2 coats of white on there. So let's go ahead and put some more of these transfers on. What else should we use? We've got locally grown. We've got bacon. That's fun. Simple Living. I like that one. We've got the Farmer's Market. I like the farm. Oops, I dropped one. I like the Farm Sweet Farm. That's cute. That's milk and cream. Oh, I like that. Oh, I should put that. Oh, I have an idea what I'm going to do with that. How about Farm to Table? That's really cute. Baked Fresh. Or we could just do, and fresh eggs for 25 cents. Or I kind of was thinking this one. What do you think? Just farm with the arrows. Let's try that one. So let's grab our fuzzing cloth again. We're going to kind of do the same process. So I'm going to fuzz. I'm going to write on the back first. Let's go in order. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. So this is farm. Farm. We're writing on the back again so that we know. I think you guys know the drill. I feel like I'm a broken record sometimes. I say that all the time. Right on the back, because that's the paper side. You always want to make sure you put your transfer on the sticky side, not the paper side. I think we got that all down. Okay, and then we're going to fuzz. All right, let's slide these guys off to the side here. Now, I want to wax this real quick again because I did not wax this one. So let's get our wax out again. I'm just going to dip in to our min wax and just get a little bit more wax on there. Woo-wee! Stinks. And I'm just going to kind of wipe it off a little bit and blend it in kind of like in a circular motion. And again, that's just to protect our transfer and so that we're not going to pull up any of that, the paint that I painted on there yesterday. It's good and dry. Like I said, I did it yesterday, so the paint shouldn't go anywhere, but just in case. Now, where did I just wax? Right there. Okay. I probably should have waxed a little more over here. Hold on, let me grab that napkin back again. I kind of didn't realize where I was. Let's get it more in the center here. So I'm going to just put a little more wax over here. Alrighty. There we go. Now we can go back to fuzzing again. So 1, 2, 3 should do it. One more for good luck. There we go. Alright. I'm kind of using the back here as my backing, and I'm just going to put it right here, smack in the center. Just trying to get it centered as best I can. I'm kind of using, because it's got bevels in it, I don't know if you can see that, so I'm kind of trying to use this bottom bevel right there as my line. I'm trying to line up my A with the very bottom of that. And then M, and then we should be good. Oh, that is way crooked. It always takes just a little more patience when you're working with something that's cylindrical like this. Is that the right word? Cylindrical? I think that's the right word. Okay. It looks crooked, I think, because of the way I cut the transfer. I cut the transfer on an angle. But I'm trying to go by the bottom now. Let's see. I feel like that's okay. Let's see. Hopefully that's okay. I don't feel like I'm too off. So I'm just checking for bubbles now. Again, remember, when it's something cylindrical like this, you really just want to make sure that you're not feeling any air bubbles in any of the silkscreen area. It's okay if you've got bubbles down here, like in the green, in the teal section. That's okay, because your chalk paste isn't going through there. You only need to be concerned about the silkscreen area. So let's try and do this. I'm going to try to hold it up here for you guys. We're just going to kind of cover the silkscreen area. This is a horrible angle. I was really hoping that this angle would be good to do lives, and I'm not. It's kind of hard for you guys to see what I'm doing. I feel like I like it better when I have it aimed right down at the project, so you can really get in there and see what I'm doing. But like I said, every once in a while it's nice to have a face with the voice and the hands that you guys see all the time. So, okay, just getting it back off of there, getting a nice thin layer on there, just applying a little pressure with my squeegee. You see, it's kind of hard to see, but I got a nice thin layer on there, and then the excess is going back in again. Okay, now we're going to peel and reveal. I'm just grabbing it from the edge, and ta-da. There we go. So easy, right? Oh, I love that one. Oh, I really like it on there. Darn it, I wish I kind of had done that one on the big one. Oh well. You know why? I just feel like it looks so good. I just really like that one. That one's speaking to me, guys. I like it. Alright, let's dry it off a little bit. Now, I don't have any more of that particular ribbon, which I thought I did. I thought I had some of my buffalo plaid little ribbon, but man, I went through, like I had like 3 rolls of that stuff, and I went through it. So, now I know what you're going to ask me. I know what you're thinking. Will I be able to remove this? And I'm going to go with, even though I waxed, I don't think I'm going to be able to remove that. And I could test it for you if you'd like. Why don't we do that? Because worst case scenario, if I do one on here and I wax it and I try to wash it off and it doesn't work, what I'll do is I'll just maybe paint this one black instead. So let's give it a whirl. I'm going to try another one. We're going to put it on here. I'm going to see if I can get it back off. I think the answer is no. I think because it's paint. I'm doing it on paint. Even though I'm waxing, I'm using dark chalk paste. So my feeling is it's not going to come off. So let's go ahead and wax like we did before. I'm going to get some wax on here. So we're testing again. We're continuing our testing theme from last week. Last week we tested doing chalking on the sticky side of the transfer because it was a flower and I wanted to have it go like this way. And the only way to do that was to flip the transfer and chalk on the sticky side. And it worked. It worked pretty well. The only thing I would recommend is because I chalked the front and then flipped it and chalked the back, I would have cleaned in between. I would have definitely recommended cleaning the transfer in between and then, trying it. So let's do this. This is baked. K-E-D. Alright, so let's try this one. Now I'm very curious. I'm always hesitant to say, like on wood surfaces, even if you wax, I don't think that the chalk paste comes off. I think on those kinds of surfaces, it's going to be more of a permanent thing. So what I would do on this, if this experiment doesn't work, I would seal this with like a spray sealer, a clear spray sealer to make it permanent. And then you don't have to worry about it getting wet and smearing and things like that. I would just make it permanent, even with the chalk paste. But let's see. Let's test it out. Let's see what happens. We're gonna wing it and see. Okay, we've got it waxed. We've got that one went on a lot better. Hopefully it's straight. No, that's not straight. Let's try it again. Okay, now we're straight. Okay, you know what's throwing me? I really cut these very crooked, so it's really throwing me that it looks not straight. All right, let's go ahead and chalk it and see what happens. I'm going to chalk it, I'm going to dry it, and then I'm going to try to remove it. So we're chalking. We're chalking. And again, let's get all that excess off. I'm stingy with my paste. I want to put it all back into my jar. There we go. Everything's covered. Okay. So let's give it a whirl. Let's take this off. Let's dry it, and then let's try to wash it off and see what happens. I was way crooked anyway, so it was kind of good that we're washing it off. Yep, very crooked. So that was a happy accident. Okay, let's let that sit for a second. What I want to do is I want to close up my chalk paste because I feel like it's starting to get a little dry being open. So let's throw our squeegee and our stirry stick into that pan of water that I showed you guys earlier. Let's get that out of here. I gave this more time while I was doing that to dry. I've got chalk paste on my finger. Okay, so here we go. Let's give it a whirl. I'm going to grab paper towel. I'm going to get two because I think that this is going to be messy. So I'm going to put this down here on here. All right, guys, we ready? We're going to try it. I want to move these out of the way because I don't want to accidentally spray them with water. So let's give it a spray. Let's see what happens. Nope. Can you guys see? It will not remove. And also I'm wondering, I wonder if it could be because I didn't let the wax dry very long either. So that could be a reason why too. I know some people like to have their wax dry overnight, but I did not do that. I usually just wax and then go right to chalking. I'm going to try something else. So let's get our board eraser and let's see if this helps in any way to make it a little less. The board eraser is actually doing a fantastic job, but it's still leaving some ghosting. Even if I really scrub, let's see, if I really scrub, it's starting to take the paint off. So there we have it. It actually did a really good job of getting the chalk paste off with the board eraser and not leaving too much of a smudge. But it's starting to peel back my paint because I was really pushing down pretty hard. But if I didn't add that much pressure, dang it, if I don't think that would have worked and gotten that off of there. It did a really good job with the board eraser, so that's the way to go. So there we have it. I think I answered the question. I hope. I feel like I did. I feel like a lot more confident now saying that if you wax and chalk, even with the black chalk, and use the board eraser, that really got that off pretty well, except for me where I scrubbed a little too hard and started peeling the paint off. Pretty awesome. I'm really happy about that because all this time I was thinking, no, I don't think that you can get it off. All right, let's finish up these projects that we were working on. So we have our Grateful, Thankful, Blessed bucket. Okay, super adorable. And then we came in and we did our farm bucket. And I think what I want to do is I want to put this on my kitchen table and I'm going to put my napkins in here. So let me, I want to say I have, I'm looking for it. I know where it is. I think I have a spool. Here it is. I knew it wasn't too far. How about we try this? Maybe this, because I don't have any more of this black and white ribbon. So maybe, whoop! There went one of my pumpkins. Get back in there, you. So maybe if we just kind of wrap this around a few times. Let's see. See how this will look. I don't know. I'm not very good with ribbon, but I'm just trying to think of something that we could maybe throw on here. So let's see. Alright, I'm just tying it in a knot, really. That's all I'm doing. Nothing fancy. So something like that, maybe? Let me cut this excess off. I don't know. I'm not sure about that one. I mean, it's kind of cute, but we'll look at it for a little while and I'm not sure. I may change it out. But it's not terrible. So there we go. So I think I'm going to just roll up my napkins and put them in there on my table along with this. Pretty fun. I love creating stuff like that. That's pretty awesome. So easy to do too, just a little bit of paint. And I actually even still have one more left, so I may come in and do another one. But in the meanwhile, let's move these off, and I'm just going to add a little bit more paint here and fix that one up. But again, I feel pretty, like that was a pretty good success, getting that back off. So let us bring in our bucket so we can clean our transfers. Remember how I said it needed just a little bit of water in here. Black is always a little bit more messy, but it looks awesome. So I deal with the mess in the bucket. It's worth it. Hi Kim, how are you? Okay, so here's that bucket that I mentioned where all of our transfers are. And I'm going to go ahead and get my towel ready. And so we're going to get in here with our board eraser, that trusty board eraser, and clean up all of our tools. Okay, which was just our stirry stick and our squeegee. And then we're going to grab the three transfers that we used, which was from the Locally Grown. Remember how I said, I'm hanging in there, Kim. We had fun tonight with our project, and now we're just cleaning up. So remember how I said when you put the transfer in, it kind of starts to get the paste off of it when you put it into water. So you see most of the chalk paste is gone already from that one that we just did. And I'm just using the board eraser to kind of help get the rest of it off. Okay, and then I'm going to put it onto my towel right here. I'll show you guys my towel in a second. I put it on the towel with the sticky side of the transfer up. Okay, and then we'll continue on once I get these cleaned and I'll show you. Okay, one more to go. Hopefully you guys can see this. It's kind of hard when it's black water. You can't really see what I'm doing, but I am just literally taking the board eraser and just wiping it over the transfer. That's pretty much all. Okay, now we're going to switch spots again. I'm going to move this out of the way. Put that over there. I always like to keep the water off the side there, just in case I don't ever want to like accidentally knock it over. So here is our towel, and I missed getting some of the paste off the back. So all that I'm doing is getting some of the excess water from the back of the transfer off. You see that any paste that you have on your hands comes right off with the water as well. I like to clean. Oh, that's okay. You know what, Kim? I'm going to bring back in the project in again 1 second after we're done cleaning. No worries. Just cleaning off our tools. And now, for the, how do you say that? Piece de resistance is going to be, I probably butchered that. I cannot speak French at all. I'm going to flip them back over to the non-sticky side. This is the side that we chalked on. You guys see? So, I use my disinfectant wipe and I clean the front. And then I flip it and I clean the back, making sure to get all of that chalk paste out of the silkscreen area, and also to help get some of that fuzz that we put on there when we fuzzed our transfer in the beginning before we use them, right? And then you'll see that the stickiness goes away in the pan of water, but it starts to come back once you start to clean it and leave it to dry. Okay. I just didn't clean the front very good on this one. Let's try that again. Now we'll flip it. Okay. All right, we will leave them there to dry for a hot second. And then comes back into play where we wrote on the back of them, remember? So we're going to go for the grateful one first, and we're just going to match this back up. And I can never get it on there perfectly, but it's fine. And then farm. And then bake fresh. And then we will bring in what we did tonight. Okay, perfect. They are all back on. They are ready to be used again and again and again. I can think, whew, so many great ideas I have for this transfer. So many great ideas. One of them that's speaking to me right now, I'm looking for it, is like on our chalkable chips, to do one of them on there, and then you could hang it maybe. You could tie it around, so for one of the other buckets, you could put one of our chalkable chips on the front of it with something cute on there. That's another great idea. So let's bring in what we did tonight. So yesterday we got these little dollar store buckets, and we painted them. I keep saying we. Why do I say we? I painted them white because they were like a metal little dollar store bucket, and we chalked on it with our locally grown transfer, tied a cute little ribbon around it, and put some little embellishments in there. And then we did this little guy here with our farm transfer and just some ribbon around that too. And then I thought I'd put my napkins in here, and that would sit on my dining room table. I thought that would be cute because I have the buffalo plaid table runner, and I thought that's going to match perfectly. I love it. So that was it, guys. That was tonight's project. I hope that you enjoyed. I hope that we learned something. I'm thrilled that I tried that out because I was always hesitant to say that. I mean, I can see just we put a transfer on here and tried to wash it right off and see if it would come off because these are painted. And it did, but I used my board eraser so hard that I peeled some of my paint off. But that's okay. I'm just thrilled that that worked. So I'm going to continue probably doing this one, and then I'll touch up the paint, and then I can do another one, and then we'll have 4 of these guys all together for my set. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your Monday night, and I'll be back again tomorrow with another fun project. So I'll see you later. Have a good one. Bye.